Be advised, mature content ahead. This podcast is brought to you ad-free thanks to the Legion of Demons at patreon.com/NOTLP. If you like what you hear, there's much more at patreon.com/NOTLP. Join the Legion. That's patreon.com/NOTLP. And now the show.
How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Yo, VIP, we're paid. Kick it. Hey, it's the finger of God, Andy.
It took me the longest time to realize what song you were quoting.
It's performing.
I like the little twist you put on it. Yeah. You didn't do it like original, like
the little twist.
You didn't do it like Weezer did Africa. It was like straight up the remake.
Their whole album of covers is, I don't even know why they did it. Because they all sound like the originals.
Yeah, hi, I'm Andy. Sorry for the Weezer aside.
Amy just texted from Florida and said, say hi to everybody.
Aww.
Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
And Alise is here.
Hi.
And I can't hear her because I have her line muted, but I'm going to fix it
God
right now.
damn it.
I think they heard you. I just...
Oh, we heard.
So, yeah. And Kelley. And I'm Freddy. Have we established who we are now?
Don't get it twisted. I was going to say that when you said my name, but then you went too fast.
Coming up, Jan de Bont's Twister.
Jan de Bont.
From Amblin. Everybody loves an Amblin picture.
Who doesn't?
Andy.
You're an Amblin man.
Made a lot of stops.
And I'll be reviewing Butterfly Kisses for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
It's a great song.
Yeah, you know what's funny is when I told the Apple TV, Butterfly Kisses, it started playing the wedding father-daughter dance song, Butterfly Kisses.
God.
I don't know that. What is that?
I don't either.
It's awful.
Is it as bad as Cotton-Eyed Joe?
Oh, it's way worse than that. It's like, when you're a little girl and eyelashes were entangled and then you got your first period and I didn't know what to say.
Have you never been to a white person's wedding?
I've been to very few weddings.
Okay.
I've been to my fair share. I don't think if I've heard that song, I didn't retain it.
Yeah, we should do a judge show and we get Cher to be the judge and it's called Fair Share. And it's all about her, like she's like a Judge Judy, but she's much kinder.
She's fair.
Oh, guilty.
And Christina Aguilera is her bailiff.
Oh.
Who wants to invest? Anyone?
I'm in.
Patrons.
We've already proven that the elderly female judge market is a big moneymaker. Judge Judy drives a Nissan Maxima.
So are we sure it's not going to get too crowded?
I don't know.
Is the old lady judge Bubba going to burst?
Yeah. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to our patrons, or as we call them now, the Legion of Demons. Which you're one, Alise. What brings you back every month?
Well, it might be because I'm married to one of you, but
let's pretend you weren't.
Which one?
No, which one? Tell us. No, honestly, it's great. You guys right now are the only podcast I give money to. I used to give money to a few, but I love you guys. I love your chemistry. I love the banter.
She loves his dick.
Oh,
I do.
Again, which one?
Which one?
Well,
all of them.
That's the mystery.
So much Derek.
But yeah, and I like your opinions on movies too.
Oh, I appreciate it. I gotta say, you guys have changed our lives with this whole Patreon thing. We got back from WonderCon. Me and Andy and Mike went out there and met up with our buddy Matt, and that was amazing. There's more stuff coming, all kinds of crazy shit. But a lot of extra content is posting to that. A lot of exciting changes coming with this new Breaker app where it's in beta. So I'm going to continue to put everything through Patreon if you're using the existing feed to get all the extra content. But it'll also be going to a new service called Breaker, which is a social podcasting network. You hear the cops out there?
I do.
They're coming to get you.
Ooh, is it coming down
Bad
to this
boys,
Walmart?
bad boys.
Yeah. Everyone's getting shot at Walmart in our neighborhood. Ooh, that's a lot of sirens.
That's close too.
Yeah, you hear it?
They'll never take me alive.
Sure it's not Twister. It's the Diddy Twister.
It's the fuzz.
So, yeah. So keep an eye. It's our 13th anniversary. We didn't say anything last week. It was last week.
We're growing hair and
we're noticing other podcasts.
We're real angry.
See, I was going to go the wedding anniversary angle and say that I had a roast on the table and nobody showed up. But I prefer that the podcast is getting pubes. I think it's better. I think where you went with is a better angle.
Thanks.
We had our first period and our balls dropped.
Yep.
Yeah, we're a mess. With droopy balls and
so much
blood
acne.
everywhere.
So much acne on the show.
Yeah.
Most of the Legion of the Demon money is going toward acne medication.
It's true.
Proactive.
It's all proactive. Speaking of the Legion of Demons, we're going to have a group event on one of the Discord voice channels. We don't know specifically what we're going to do, if we're going to either maybe play a game or watch something together. It's going to be super laid back.
Clothing optional.
If you're on our Discord server.
Clothing. Psh, if I'm at home.
And it's not, we won't see you. It's all voice, but it's going to be Thursday, April 25th from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It might be a group viewing of some great true crime show, maybe that's stupid, like maybe The Perfect Murder, for instance, is a good one.
Good recommend,
That's a good
by the
idea.
way.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a hoot.
It has the most sleazy reenactments I've ever seen.
I love when they're like, they came to arrest him and they show him like throwing the guy against the cop car
Oh, yeah.
and like pulling his arms behind his back. And you're like, that didn't happen.
Is that the one too? I think that's the series where they go back, they always cut back to the detectives at a bar and they each give their theory.
Yeah.
It is that one, right?
Yeah.
He's like, well, here's what I think happened.
And it's never like, and then the last one, it's like Clue. The final ending is the right one.
Yeah.
Also, Home Alone is a fun one to watch. Not the movie, but
that one's scary.
Yeah,
It's also usually really depressing.
It's really freaky.
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Pretty
They
terrifying.
get all scared.
No, none of those people, as Kelley pointed out, none of those people are actually home alone when that shit happens.
Really? It's
They're
because
home with their whole freaking families.
Macaulay Culkin is the murderer.
That's right.
It's going to reveal that in the final episode. You're going to be like, you notice the one connection? They were all killed with paint cans.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
There was another one that's like that where it's like they recreate true crime as a hour-long horror movie.
Oh, yeah. Is it, what is
I
that
can't remember
on-
the name of it.
Is that on IDGO?
I think so. Yeah.
So this show, do they have reasonable facsimiles of the people that they're recreating?
That one
Sometimes.
does, but The Perfect Murder is all about sex.
Yeah.
Even though it's nothing to do with the title, but they always bring it back to like people in lingerie doing
Do
it.
they recreate sex?
Well, yeah, they have like sex scenes.
Oh my gosh, what is this called again?
It looks like it looks like a soap opera. Though.
Don't get real excited. I mean,
It's
you don't.
not.
It's not salacious.
You don't see.
No,
It is
You don't see
salacious.
fellatio.
Yeah, but it's not
X-rated
yeah.
or anything.
Right. It's,
It's like
prime time.
TV
No, I'm
14.
not- I don't want to watch it for like actual like sex. I just want
Sure,
to see how
Andy.
they approach it.
Oh, it's great.
Oh, yes, of course. You
I
do.
think Amy and I may have even
Oh, I
told
know.
the story on the show about the reenactment where the girl's washing the car and it's like the Carl's Jr. commercial basically with Paris Hilton.
So it's like a Van Halen music video, right?
Yeah, it's like what a 1980s teen boy thought of sex.
Ooh la la!
I got my pencil.
Is she like squeezing the sponge over her body and writhing? Oh my gosh, seriously?
Yeah, it's
I don't
really there's no class. It's the most classless thing I watch. I love it.
But do they know that they're classly? I mean, not.
Oh,
they know what they're
yeah,
doing,
they
100%.
don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to be on the show.
Uh-huh.
I want my story told this way.
Yeah. You're gonna be in jean shorts,
like-
real short jean shorts.
That sounds about right, though.
Yeah.
It's like Andy was washing his car one day, all sexy like, when this guy came up and just stabbed him.
And the great thing is that's exactly how they tell the stories too. They just have someone say, and then,
It is true.
and then this guy walked over and was like, "Hey, baby," and then Andy was like, "What you want?" And then that guy was like, "To kill you," and then he shot him What?
I'm like, no, don't kill me. And then he did.
Speaking of true crime, have you guys seen this documentary? It's on Amazon Prime called Goodnight Sugar Baby.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I love those.
Those are good.
What is it?
The candy or the documentary?
The documentary.
The documentary is really tragic. It's awful.
Don't tell me. Please don't.
But
Please don't tell me it's a baby.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
It's
good.
not a Dear Zachary situation.
No, it's not that. It's it takes place somewhere in Central Ohio. Lima, I think, figures into it. Some other
That
towns.
makes sense.
And it's a lot like The Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, but with murder.
So it's real. So it's real trashy, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a real just gritty documentary.
So it's sad and trashy. I don't know if I like that combination.
Is it like My Brother's Keeper? Have you seen that one?
Yeah, this one is more absurd. Did you see? The one about the Mad Bomber lady, Mad Genius
yes.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
Real genius.
Real Genius.
Real
that was Val Kilmer.
Genius.
I was like, this is God. Stop masturbating. And then he made popcorn in their house.
Why aren't you necking? I'm not gay.
So this one is reminds me more of like that. Only the production value. It's like a very DIY documentary, but the subjects are so interesting that it doesn't matter that they didn't really put any production value into it because a lot of it's talking head interviews with everyone involved.
Right.
And these people are like, it's like The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
No, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Sugar. It's
Good
called
Night
Goodnight Sugar
Good
Baby.
Night Sugar Baby. All right.
It's Honey Boo Boo. It's
I
just
think
the
it's the
show
murder
Honey
of
Boo Boo.
Vera something. Vera, I can't remember her last name. But watch it.
Will do.
I would love to talk to you about it.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
I'd
And
love to
you
talk
too,
to you
listeners.
about our Lord and Savior.
Oh.
So let's do
Neil
our
Artotep?
Mm-hmm.
You'll feel real salty if I said, "Oh, please do tell me, Kelley. I want to hear some. I want your brochures."
Oh, I'd go on.
Kelley will tell you the good news.
I'll tell you the good news.
Oh, would you? Keep
I'll tell you the truth.
So it's a game of chicken. We're gonna see how long we can like keep
Announcing
this
Jehovah's
charade
Kingdom. I
going,
still
yeah.
have the muscle memory, man. I can do this.
Jehovah's Chickens.
Did you have to wear a special outfit like the Mormons did?
No, he's just dressed up in
Okay.
our Sunday
Jean
best.
shorts, tied off top,
Mhm.
sponge,
Wa-
with
washing
bucket
a
full of
car,
suds. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way I can figure how they get people. Because like when you walk into adults and you're like, all right, you're not gonna be able to celebrate anything that you love anymore. How's that sound? And people are still like, sounds good.
You're not married to birthday cake, are you?
Yeah. Hope you don't like R-rated movies.
Halloween is overrated. Don't know the holiday.
You like voting? Not anymore.
So there's still like people falling for that stuff, huh?
It grows
yeah.
every year.
Does it really?
Oh yeah.
Is it because the population's growing, or because their sale tactics are
It's
so
because
good?
people are sad and lonely.
That's it.
Man, you just made me think of another Van Halen. Well, actually, it's a David.
I'm so sad and lonely.
Sad and lonely. Sad and lonely.
You remember Chris Kattan doing that on Saturday Night Live?
It's Dave TV. We're old.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You know, we're doing this April Showers thing.
Mm-hmm.
All piss-themed movies all month long.
Oh yeah.
And this first one...
April Golden Showers.
Yep. It's Helen Hunt pissing on Bill Paxton. And next week, we'll announce what our main attraction will be at the end of the show. But one of you lucky people get to pick main attraction number 3 that fits in the April Showers theme.
Holy shit.
It's not really a piss theme. It's about, it can have rain in the title, rain in the movie. It has to have some sort of focus on rain. Or, you know, a severe weather event's fine. I'll compromise.
Purple Rain.
As long as it's wet.
As long as it's wet.
Then you better make it rain.
There is a change to how we pick the winner of this particular raffle because what we were doing is technically not legal before with Patreon. Like just exclusively allowing patrons to participate. So what we did, we now have a mailing list. If you go to notlp.com in the bottom right corner, there's a place you can sign up for it. It's one of those MailChimps. And I'm only writing a newsletter once a month, so I'm not going to clog up your inbox, or unless something really awesome happens and we want to tell everybody. But you can everyone on that mailing list costs nothing to do. You just go sign up for it. As long as you're on our mailing list, you get an entry every month that we do this drawing. And you get extra entries for liking, sharing, or commenting on the image announcing the month's theme on our social media. So we have 24 people on the list for today. And somebody pick a number between 1 and 24.
Alise, you want to do the honors?
Sure, 14.
Number 14, Dave Siebert. Now, this is a small world situation because Dave was on our last episode of Origins about Dead Silence
Oh my God, Kismet.
years ago. And he's one of the supporters of the show at the Legion of Demons there. So, Dave, you get to pick the movie for our final episode. I'll email you to remind you in case you don't hear this in time.
Be like, I picked Twister.
Can't be what we already covered. And I just need to know what you pick prior to.
He's going to pick Titty Twister.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like something you'd pick. He'd be like, I love Titty Twister. It's one of my favorites. I've loved it since I was a little boy. But we just need to know your selection by the 21st of April if you are listening. Otherwise, I will contact you. And then that will be the show we record on the 28th.
Do you want to tell him what we're picking for our next movie?
We'll say at the end of the show.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
I just don't want him to double up.
Yeah, double up.
Double down.
And I'll include that. Yeah. Silicone parts are made for toys. Like Buzz and Woody and that penguin that has emphysema.
Wheezy.
Anything else you guys want to say at the open?
Oh, no.
Oh, bling. My reminder went off. Amy is in Florida at Disney World with her mom having a great time. So they're
just riding rides and high-fiving characters.
Yeah, thank you for Legion of Demons for providing that trip.
Sure. That is not how they paid for that trip. All right, we'll be right back. We will roll that after this.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
I feel like I talk too much because this is me too. Butterfly Kisses. I'll keep this succinct because we've had a long night together. But Butterfly Kisses is a found footage movie with a twist.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you can watch this on, I think I watched it on Prime, pretty sure. Ed Sanchez turns up in it.
Oh, nice.
It's like one of the talking head experts in it, which was funny because as soon as it came out, I sent him a message on Facebook. I'm like, I'm watching this movie for the show, and you just popped up on my TV.
He did that Bigfoot movie, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Exists.
else did he do?
Blair Witch.
And Blair Witch Project.
Oh, okay, yeah. No.
And
You're like, what else besides Exist did he do? One of
Altered.
the most popular horror films of all time.
I don't know who's behind that.
It's all right. Most people don't.
Lovely Molly, too.
Yeah.
Altered.
He did
I love that.
He did Lovely Molly.
Lovely Molly was so
That was
good.
a good movie. That was a really good
It's
movie.
a really good movie.
But that was neat. I always love seeing a familiar face on TV. It's like famous people. This was written and directed by Eric Christopher Myers, who is also in the movie as this. He kind of reminds me of like a Bob Balaban type of character. I actually really like his performance in this too. But it's about this filmmaker who's kind of this obnoxious, hipstery wedding videographer guy who wants to be a real movie director. And he finds tapes in his basement in a box that say "Don't watch" on them. Right?
Do.
So of course,
Is it the case of stuff from Sinister's house?
it's not. You're not too far off. It's these. This is where it's very similar to Blair Witch in that this was all made in Baltimore area.
You had to say it like they did.
Baltimore.
In Silence
Take
of the
this
Lambs.
monster back to Baltimore.
Thank you.
And where the fuck did I put my notes?
In your hand.
You have
This is a different notepad.
You're
I
a
think.
professional.
Oh no, here it is. Okay, I took notes because I'm slipping mentally, so I needed them for this.
Don't let
one.
him catch you
Don't
slipping.
be tripping.
But it's this urban legend called the Peeping Tom, or they also call him the Blink Man. And if you go to this,
The Blink 182 man?
yeah,
That's what they call Tom DeLonge, the Blink man.
Where are ya?
Is he related to the Bye Bye Man?
So on these 40 plus tapes, that does sound like a Bye Bye Man situation.
Bye-bye, man.
They find this young woman
Where are
who
you?
who's making a documentary. It's just very reminiscent of Blair Witch in this moment. I think deliberately so. It's kind of a nod to that. And they're making this documentary about you go to this tunnel. If you stare to the end of the tunnel for an hour, you keep your eyes open without blinking, you'll see this. I know they say it's not possible.
Yeah, that sounds unrealistic.
I forgot to Google what the world record for not blinking is.
Yeah.
I should have done that. That would have been interesting. You can do it yourself though, because everyone has Google. But if you stare at and you can do it, this figure will appear. It's very much like a Babadook kind of thing.
Did you look up if this is a real urban legend or is it?
No, I didn't look it up. I think they made it up for the movie.
This sounds like a no-win situation.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that people always have to test it, the limits, like with Candyman or Bloody Mary. And of course, they become obsessed with trying to make it happen in this 3-person. This is again very Blair Witch, like a 3-person student film crew making their student documentary. And he's piecing together all these tapes, but it's a movie within a movie, because what it is it's not telling the story of the found footage itself necessarily. That's part of it, but it's about the guy assembling
the found footage. I kind of like that idea. It's like, who put together the Blair Witch Project?
Right, that's what it is. It answers that kind of question, and it shows like how it affects his life, and it's actually really well thought out. Like, it talks about like how his wife he doesn't know his wife is borrowing money from her parents to sustain them. And the documentary crew, he hires another documentary crew to document what he's doing so that people don't think he's just fucking around and lying to everybody about what this footage is. He's like, no one will trust me if I just put this out all sliced together. He's like, you have to be here through the whole process to document everything I do so people will understand that this is a legit phenomenon that happened. And a lot of the movie is it real? Did he fake it?
You got to fake it to make it.
Yeah. They bring in people from there's other reality show celebrities, like people from like Finding Bigfoot and stuff are in it. And like real like ghost groups from Facebook.
Oh, that's fun. I like that idea.
Yeah. It's neat.
Because I'm real gullible. Gullible, and I would like, oh my gosh, is this real? Because they actually got real people.
Yeah, and these people do a good job. Like, they're not actors; they're just people who are really into the supernatural.
No, Andy, this is real.
It's totally real. It's like Sandman.
Where is it? I gotta do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like Clockwork Orange my eyes.
You wouldn't be the first. But the moments he has presenting his evidence to these different groups are really interesting scenes. There's a comedy to it as well, because a lot of it is them pushing back, thinking he's crazy. And these are the people who everyone in the real world are constantly calling crazy and stuff. It's really fun.
A movie that sounds so meta. Sounds like it does have a comic element to it.
Yeah, there's definitely some funny moments. And again, it is uneven in points with performances. There's different levels of talent involved as far as the acting. But I really liked it a lot. I think it's totally worth your time, especially if you're a found footage fan. If you hate found footage, like, skip it, because obviously this isn't going to change your mind about it. But it's a fun concept. The urban legend element's fun. If you're a fan of the Blair Witch Project, this pays homage to that in a lot of really great ways. Like the people on the street interviews they did in Blair Witch, they kind of make Andy would love this, a love letter to those sequences where they recreate and one of them even looks like it was filmed against the same backdrop as one of the ones in Blair Witch.
I might have to check this out.
It's fun.
Where is it showing?
I want to say Amazon Prime. I'm almost certain that's where I watched it.
I might check that out too.
Butterfly.
But despite the silly name, the guy who wrote or edited Weird Ohio is in it too, which is one of my favorite books. So Matt, I think his last name is Lake. I can't read my own handwriting. You were going to say something.
Yeah.
Oh, I looked up the world record for not blinking.
Oh, what is it?
40 minutes, 59 seconds.
Oh, getting close.
Yeah.
Closing in on an hour.
That's right.
He's blind now because his eyes dried out.
I should state, he claims all the footage he found is from 2004 and the movie takes place in 2015. So there's a gap there. And of some time. It's interesting. Yeah. So we're going to pull out the old revolver.
But do we agree that's a bad title?
Yes.
Butterfly Kiss. It's a bad song. So I just brought in all that baggage I had about hating that song.
Okay, well, you guys didn't know about
why
the
it's
song.
called Butterfly Kisses. Yeah. Do you know what Butterfly Kisses are?
Well, yeah, I know what butterfly kisses are, but I don't know the song.
Every time you blink in this urban legend, he gets closer. Because once you've
Oh,
done
I
it and then you
gotcha.
start blinking, he'll get close every time you blink.
Gotcha.
Until he's so close, he gives you butterfly kisses with his eyelashes.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Is that all he does, though? Because that's not very scary.
And then if you blink one more time, he
then-
eats your cereal.
And then he dances with you at your wedding.
And then he dances. He gives you away
Yeah.
at your wedding.
You gotta,
It's really
dance
touching.
on, you gotta dance on his feet like you did when
Oh,
you were
yeah.
a little girl.
What is this song?
You
You talked about
Yeah,
it. Right? This
it's
song.
bad.
Right,
It's a
I
bad
already
song.
blocked it out because it's so horrifying.
As you should.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get married just so I can play that for you guys.
Oh, good God.
And you guys can experience like the.
Good God. I
The-
really
Just
Yeah,
have a
daddy daughter
reception.
dance.
You don't even
Really
have to
block
get
that
married.
out.
Just have a full-on wedding
No, I'm
reception.
gonna take this joke all the way.
You're gonna do it. All right.
Yeah, I can't remember if Mikey B is going to be here next week or not.
Let's just take
but
it out
I
just
am-
in case.
I'm putting him in there,
Okay.
and then if he's not here, somebody will have to
We'll
step
regroup.
up. So up first for this honor is actually Mikey B. Let's see if he makes it. He's okay. He's in the clear, so it's a non-issue. Amy's in Florida. The mouse saved her life and took the bullet for her, and Nikki is now dead. Andy?
Oh,
You're in
Kelley.
clear. Oh,
shit.
Kelley.
No.
Kelly.
Kelly. Aren't
Kelley,
you
Kelley.
glad that I chose what you're going to watch?
I would say yeah, but the last few that she's picked out for me, well, not for me, but the last few that I ended up with, I actually kind of liked.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. But I am excited to see what you've got.
I went for the member
I do remember.
on the news last week
Member?
on our show. We mentioned that Blumhouse dropped a movie on Netflix
Oh, they dropped it
called Mercy Black,
and it broke. Yeah.
and you're gonna watch Mercy Black on Netflix.
Mercy.
Here's the description: 15 years after a traumatic. Auntie. 15 years after a traumatic crime, a woman is released from psychiatric care and tries to drive out an evil spirit that continues to haunt her.
All right.
Sounds like she's still crazy.
She might be crazy. The gods must be crazy. They gave me a Coke bottle. You guys ready to move on?
Oh yeah. Let's do the gods. Must be crazy.
Oh,
I
that'd be
love that
fun.
movie.
That would be fun. I haven't seen that in a long.
I have never seen
It's
it.
one of my mom's
Oh,
favorites.
it's a good time.
It's a good one. We'll be back. This week's main attraction is from 1996. Jan de Bont, directed, written by Michael Crichton, who brought you Jurassic Park, The Andromeda Strain, Westworld, and some other shit you ain't never heard of.
Was there a novel
Congo.
of Twister?
No.
No, this was
Okay.
one of the few times he wrote a screenplay straight up with his wife, who was in Prom Night, the original.
Have you? You know how Steven Spielberg directed Poltergeist and said it was Tobe Hooper.
Yeah, do you feel like he did this?
No, but
Because he was on set a lot and he did some tinkering with it.
I was gonna say, didn't I keep saying like these
Yes.
shots are all Steven Spielberg? Like
Yeah.
it was all Jurassic Park era Steven Spielberg.
This
Like
was nearly Laura Dern. Did you know that?
no,
Oh, then
That
it
would've
would have
been-
just been Jurassic Park with tornadoes.
Yeah.
See, Helen Hunt had auditioned for the Dr. What's her name part from Jurassic Park
oh really?
and didn't get it.
Thank God.
And originally Laura Dern was supposed to be the Helen Hunt part in this, and they ended up with Helen Hunt.
Yeah. So anyway, I have some similar theories about Steven Spielberg popping in and being like, Jan, hold on a second. Why don't you go? You want to go get everybody some coffees? Just find out what everybody wants.
Did you know about Jan de Bont and like his horrible reputation from this movie and how awful apparently he is?
No.
Well, their original cinematographer and some other people just walked off the movie one day. 'Cause
Well, he used to be a cinematographer, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
He pushed the man down into the dirt in front of everybody.
The cinematographer?
Someone
During a
named
fight.
Jan. I
Yeah.
feel like somebody could really beat the shit out of somebody named Jan.
I don't know if this shit's true. And here's the no one.
Jan Hammer? Really?
Who's that?
He wrote the theme song to Miami Vice.
I
Michael
didn't know
Jan
that.
Vincent.
Oh.
Rest in peace. Jan de Bont. I don't know how. You don't know how to verify this stuff. It's the other thing. Twister was the first DVD. You got it the first time people were like, "Ooh, here's extra content. I can see how the movie was
Is
made."
that true? It's the first DVD?
Yeah, and
wow.
it was the first DVD a lot of people owned because they used to give it away with DVD players. But the bonus content stuff didn't really exist before. There were documentaries you could see about
Right, I've seen
movies.
plenty of making of
stuff, but this was real, and they hadn't figured out that like people do like the dirt that gets dished in commentaries and stuff like that. So the material, I got that this is like a through the grapevine IMDb trivia message board type of thing.
I feel it has to be true then.
So I don't know, like, but the people who walked off have a very different opinion of Jan de Bont than the people who stuck around and finished.
Okay, was he the one that was married to Gina Gershon? Not Gina Davis.
Was he? I didn't know that.
No, that's Rennie Harlan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When they made the long kiss goodnight. But I just thought that was interesting that he was apparently a nightmare. But he bought like a 737 jet engine from a junkyard to make the wind, and Helen Hunt's head got crushed in the when they're going through the cornfield later in the movie, and the doors open and they're about to jump out. In the climax, like apparently that door was not propped open; it just was like, and then from then on out, she was mad about you.
You said. What?
I was just laughing
She had
about
a
that.
head injury.
I like how you laid out the groundwork for that joke.
Yeah, well, I mean, the rest of it was true.
So you said the opinions of the people who stayed on set were very different than the opinions of the people who...
Yeah, they kind of spoke more highly of him. Like they're like Bill. Here's the way Bill Paxton would say it: like he's hard to work for. Like he's a real physical guy, but he holds himself to the same standard that he holds everyone else on set to, and I respect that.
Okay.
It's how you explain
Very
someone's an asshole
Very
diplomatically.
diplomatic, yeah. That's not my way.
Well, I guess Bill Paxton was never pushed down by Jan de Bont.
I don't know, or he liked it.
Yeah. Well, it's all fine until it happens to you, right?
I doubt Jan tried to push down Bill Paxton.
Right.
This is a bug hunt. I'm a Space Marine, Bill Paxton.
I loved Bill Paxton.
Big
I'm
love
so
Bill
sad
Paxton.
that we lost him.
Oh, me too. I love Bill Paxton.
Actually, again, two great people in this: Philip Seymour Hoffman, Bill Paxton. I mean, this cast is insane. Alan Ruck, Jeremy Davies,
other people.
All
Star
kinds,
from The Lost Boys.
Oh yeah, Jamie Gertz.
Yeah,
with,
Jamie
with,
Gertz
with the first lady haircut.
Yeah. She's the sex therapist who's constantly taking calls on her cell phone.
And then just disappears from the movie.
Yeah.
That I never realized that until we watched it the other night. Like it never dawned on me that they were like, let's get rid of her for this final quarter of the movie. Like
you mean when she actually says I'm leaving?
Yeah, and then there's a whole fourth of the movie left.
Yeah.
And she's just gone. And everybody's like, thank goodness. Didn't you feel like Bill Paxton's character was so relieved to finally have her gone?
Yeah.
Like, why were you guys together at all?
Not to dig into like themes with this movie because it really is a very thin.
Oh, yeah.
Thematically, it's very thin. But we should, to set it up, okay, here's what you got. You got your ragtag, independently funded team of rock and roll weathermen.
Meteorologists. They're the good meteorologists.
Yep. And then you have the corporate.
That's what I miss about the 80s and 90s. Ragtags.
Yeah, we're a ragtag.
We don't see that often.
You had ragtags and you had evils.
Yeah.
And then you got the evil meteorologist in black trucks.
And they all match, and that's important. See, evil is
the Empire.
Is uniform.
Yeah, it's the Empire.
And individualism
It's the Nazis.
equals good.
It was like the rich tornado camp across the lake or something.
Yeah. Well, he was, and also they had a history with him because he used to be one of them. This is the Cary Elwes, another big name character.
He sold out to big weather.
He's Darth Vader.
Yeah, well, also, they had this prototype that they had been working on, Dorothy, which is this set of instruments that they can put in the suck zone and learn all this shit about tornadoes to create a more efficient early warning system. Millie is being so cute.
She's so cute.
She's a good dog.
You can put your instrument in my suck zone.
But they find out that Cary Elwes' evil corporate weather crew have
the exact same thing.
They've made their own version of it called Dot.
Except their balls are squares as opposed to
they're cubes.
round. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
our
evil.
guys have balls, they have cubes. And Cary Elwes, though, knows that Bill Paxton or as they call him, the
extreme.
The extreme, yeah.
Well, he's like a tornado whisperer or something.
Yeah, like he can sense where it's going,
he could like toss some dirt in the air, then and intuit where the tornado is gonna land and stuff. It's like, are there tornado whisperers?
Do you get the feeling too? Like, don't they feel like his whole crew, the level of enthusiasm and kind of manic? So it feels like they're all on like cocaine.
Yes.
You know, when you think about it, like through this time, first when I saw
they're the rebels, but like like way overdoing it.
Yeah, and the rich tornado chasers, they're all stuffy.
Yeah,
and they talk like this.
And they say, "You ever notice how rich tornado chasers?"
They're like, "Doo-doo-doo, I'm chasing tornadoes."
And meanwhile, Philip Seymour Hoffman's like, "Food."
I want to see if that works.
Yeah.
Let's go up to somebody and say,
food.
Food.
You've never done that?
And see if they actually feed me.
And we did. Yeah, so this town, Wakita, do you remember, was it Oklahoma?
Well, I saw it as a revenge story.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Like Helen Hunt is tracking down the tornado that killed her dad.
Yeah, it's like Jaws the Revenge. Yeah, well, in the beginning, that's a great sequence. This is part of Spielberg's tinkering. Originally, the dad didn't die. And Spielberg came on set, and they were looking at the scene, and they played out, and he's like, the dad's gotta die. He's like, otherwise people aren't going to give a shit that she's so, obsessed with this tornado, the F5, the finger of God.
Yeah, he's not wrong. It's movie making 101.
It's like Bruce the Shark. Like this. Yeah. We've never seen a shark this big. We've never seen a tornado like this.
And it builds to it. And I think that's something that's fun. And they talk about this in some of the making of stuff. Like every tornado was a character. And they had to build to the F5, which was the monster. It was the Godzilla.
And some tornadoes growl.
Yeah.
According to this movie.
Yeah. Well, they used, I think it was like camels and shit. They recorded. But like the twins, remember, they were just kind of pretty and they did a little bit of damage and it was fun chasing those. And then by the time they get to the F5, it's some serious, and I love the way they foreshadow that. The only person who's seen an F5 is Helen Hunt.
Right.
It's the one that took her dad, right?
Yeah, it took her dad. It took her baby.
He's probably still up in there.
And mozzarella sticks.
I thought that would have been hilarious if when it passes over them and she looks up into it, if her dad was like flying around and he just like Van Helsing from Monster Squad.
Oh my god!
It was like Poltergeist.
He's
Carol Ann.
Yeah,
that would have been so fucking great.
I wanted it.
He had a real long beard like Rip Van Winkle.
Get me out!
And he lands all like sticky and gooey.
And then he says, "That really sucked." And then she's like, "Oh, Dad." and then he's like, "I'm proud of you. I've been watching from the tornado all along."
And then they play Butterfly Kisses and it fades to black.
She dances on his feet.
Oh, that's good shit.
See, that's what the problem I have with this movie. It didn't go far enough for me.
What did you want?
There were moments where I thought, "Oh wait, they're really gonna go there."
Like when they had all the steak and eggs. That was awesome.
Oh my god, I can't believe they had that much steak and eggs. That scene where the hubcap is flying through the movie theater and it almost takes his head off.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of that stuff.
Did you want to see somebody have a bloody end?
Or like cut in half or something, like in Ghost Ship. And I
think they were going for more of like a family friendly.
Yeah, that's definitely not a.
But at the end where like they get in the barn and they see all the sharp implements hanging around,
and you get that sweet POV of their legs flying.
I wanted like them to have like just a bunch of knives flying around and they're jumping over knives and stuff like that.
Instead of them just going, I like that part though when they open up the barn and it's full of all these like sharp implements. Like, who are these people?
I like that because it suggests that they're
it's this Texas Chainsaw situation or something. That was funny.
Yeah, I like that, but I wanted them to see like doing some like parkour over shit.
Hardcore parkour.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you? By the way, I just wanted to say real quick. I saw this when I was 18, and I rolled my eyes a lot at it.
Did you? I saw this at the same time. Loved it.
See, I love it now. I actually bought it for the show, and I'm glad I bought it because I will watch it again now. But like.
It is on YouTube, by the way.
Oh
damn it! I spent $4.
I spent $14
to rent. It's not free.
But I got all the extras, which were worth it. There was a whole documentary about severe weather. It's 45 minutes long. So if you're into that.
the extras, are there cast commentaries or anything like that?
There's not a full commentary, but there's behind the scenes stuff that's kind of fun. The thing is, though, yeah, like when I was a teenager, like I was in an art house phase. Like Pulp Fiction had been 2 years before. Like I was watching stuff like Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead and Natural Born Killers. Like those were the kind of movies I was into, and I thought that I was above blockbusters.
I loved it.
But that was it didn't last. Like I got over that shit quick, but Twister fell into that unfortunate pretentious moment in my life where I couldn't love it the way I can say now. And Amy's never seen this. I can't wait to show it to her because it's so much
I can't
fun.
believe she has it. She will
This
love
is made
the
for
shit
her.
out of this. Yeah.
And it's fun.
I really liked it when I saw it at the theater, about the same time. And
does it hold up for you?
No. But it's fun. Like I no point was I like, let's turn this off, or God, I wish this was over.
Yeah.
I mean, I was having a good time. I was laughing at all the dumb shit. And like I'll tell you what, there's still like I kept talking about like when I saw this in the theater, this fucking tornado scared me, I was like, ugh. And so like I kind of could remember like thinking like certain things were like, intense or like, at the time good CGI. You know what I mean? Like
I love the drive-in sequence.
Yeah.
I love that they're watching The Shining.
Yeah.
And to watch the tornado hit right when Jack Nicholson is coming through the door with a hatchet.
Right.
I thought it was a great choice. Like it's like he's the monster in The Shining, and then there's this fucking windstorm's gonna tear that apart and it's going to kill you for real.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And Jamie Gert's reaction, this is when we lose Jamie Gertz. Jamie Gertz squirts out of there.
Gert squirts.
Yep.
What did you think, babe?
It was not for me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it just wasn't my cup of tea.
So it didn't tickle your stupid bone
No,
the way.
No, and I'm a big fan of So Bad It's Good types of things,
Well,
but it just did nothing for me.
It wasn't enough stupid to make it so bad it's good.
Yeah.
There were moments of just seriousness.
It was definitely a by the numbers, late 90s, big budget, Steven Spielberg-y.
Like Dante's Peak or Volcano.
Yeah, like if I want to see a movie like this, I'll watch Jurassic Park. It's much better, and it has dinosaurs. And tornadoes are terrifying. I was not afraid of the tornadoes in this movie. I was like, that doesn't even look like a tornado.
Well, I
It's
wasn't this
stupid.
time.
I can tell you part of what makes this movie work is you have to watch it with a really good surround sound system with the volume way up. It makes a big difference because the movie's honestly like it's super thin. It has nothing to it.
No, it'd be much better in the theater.
I think you have to watch it at the theater for this movie to work
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, you need
And
the
you have
biggest
to watch
screen
it
and the loudest noise
in 1996.
And you also need to watch it during an actual tornado to
Yeah.
make it really work.
Yeah.
And you have to put a plastic bag over your head until you're almost unconscious,
Mhm.
and then watch it.
You have to do a bunch of mushrooms. Mushrooms.
It's nice to hear your guys' take on it because now I'm seeing some things that are maybe appreciable.
Well,
about
I
this
was
movie.
where you were
Yeah.
when I saw it, and actually, like when I think that was Mike's suggestion. Twister was, who's not here.
God damn it!
And I was like, oh, Twister. Because I remember I just shat on this movie a lot because I was also having a hate moment with Michael Crichton. Like I loved Andromeda Strain.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved that book, and then I would read more of his stuff, and I realized he was telling the same story over and over again.
This is true,
and this is just another case of that. It's just he plugs in a different disaster of some kind, whether it's dinosaurs, a disease. Gorillas,
robots,
in this
super
case,
smart
weather,
dogs,
right? Robots, whatever it
Yeah.
is, and he plugs in. It's always some specialist who has to be roped into this, and they usually have some sort of broken home or
it's
situation.
It's two divorced scientists who have to find their way back to each other through dealing with the same crisis. It is the Michael Crichton formula, and so many other people. It's a whole thing now.
Oh,
I mean, not now. I
That's
mean,
what
it's been a whole
Meg
thing.
was that.
All these things are that. Like, there's so many Michael Crichtons.
All these things are that.
Every sci-fi movie.
All these things are they.
The Strain.
Yeah. The Strain is basically Michael Crichton. Yeah, you're right.
But I do think Michael Crichton had a deft touch when he did it. Like, listen, I love the novel Jurassic Park. I actually think I like it better than the Andromeda Strain. Like, I really love the details and the industrial espionage aspects of it, and I think that's a great book. I don't think a lot of people appreciate the novel Jurassic Park as much.
Yeah,
because obviously it's overshadowed.
But by the movie, definitely by the movie. I wish I was never a huge Jurassic Park fan. And
of either the movie.
I like the book, but the movie. It came out probably about that time when I was so
came out
over
in 93.
blockbusters.
Yeah,
93. I can't. That blows my dick in the dirt a
I
little
know.
bit.
It's hard to admit because I love Spielberg movies.
Yeah.
I love almost everything he's made, and Jurassic Park would be near the bottom of my list.
What is it about Jurassic Park that makes you not love it like we do?
Probably the Michael Crichton formula. I couldn't see through it.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't see beyond it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, oh, he's put scientists being choppered in somewhere again, and okay, it's dinosaurs this time. And the effects blew me away. I was like, those are really good. But I didn't have that yay moment. A lot of the audience I saw it with was going crazy for it, and I was just like,
I still get that feeling every time I watch
Jurassic
Park.
It's one of those few times I just didn't connect with a movie that I really should have.
I don't see much Michael Crichton in that. I see much more Spielberg in Jurassic Park than Michael Crichton.
Yeah, I do too. In the movie, definitely. I'm not saying you're wrong. No, I'm not saying I don't like you anymore or anything.
It's all right. It's okay if it hurts.
I'm just surprised. It doesn't even hurt. I
want to love it.
But I feel like Jurassic Park is almost so formulaic. Spielberg, that is, if you like Spielberg, that's hard to not like it.
It makes no sense. Why? I couldn't tell you.
Because it is so Spielberg that it's first as big of a Spielberg fan as you are.
Is there anything that you just don't like, but you have a hard time explaining why you don't like it?
Oh, definitely.
All the time.
And it's not that I hate it. I know it's a great movie. I know everything. It's expertly put together. It's great performances. I love Jeff Goldblum in it. But the sum of its parts didn't tickle my fancy the way it should have.
No, I get you. I'm just surprised. I'm just surprised.
Yeah.
I think I've gone my whole life thinking you love Jurassic Park.
It's probably because I'm afraid to admit I don't really love it.
It's all right. This is a safe place.
I know, but everyone loves Jurassic Park, and I feel like it's like when you say you don't like Journey.
Yeah, I don't like Journey.
But it's that level of. But you don't have a hard time admitting that. But
and the difference is I can't see at all why anyone would like Journey. Yeah. I have no understanding of it. I can't put it together.
It's Steve Perry's high pitched voice and his tight jeans.
But nobody likes Geddy Lee.
People like Geddy Lee.
Well, but anytime.
Oh boy! Wow.
It's not a mainstream
That's a comparison.
I'm just saying. Why is it okay when it's Steve Perry, but when it's Rush,
it's not even the same thing.
I think it's the subject matter of their music. It's so different.
Yeah, Rush sings about awesome sci-fi, and Journey sings about losers meeting each other in a bar.
Yeah. That's probably because Steve Perry was just out on the road getting lots of strange.
Yeah, so was Rush.
And he was also treating a recurring yeast infection from his jeans.
If you don't think Rush was
groupies.
If you don't think Rush was getting their dick sucked 2 or 3 times every show.
It was a bunch of math majors. It was a bunch of math majors coming backstage.
You guys underestimate the power of guitars.
Yeah. There were ponytails backstage, but they were all men.
Oh, Rush is good guitars.
I do love Rush, but that's the point.
So
I haven't met many women like Rush.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
It's a very male-specific band for some reason.
There's definitely women that like Rush, and they definitely suck Rush's dicks.
Oh boy,
they sucked Rush's dicks.
They have. Rush has never had their dick sucked.
I'm not saying never. I'm not saying 2 or 3 times a show.
I think Kelly's right. I think fame and charisma does a lot for.
Well, there's no charisma
in Rush.
You like Rush?
I love Rush.
Yeah. Do you like Styx?
Rush. I love Styx.
I love Styx too, and Rush. I feel like they're a great combination.
You guys like 4-letter band.
Do you like Styx?
No.
See, that's the thing that confuses. Is it because you feel like they're a lesser version of Rush?
No, I don't. I don't find them to be anything like Rush, other than the guy has a high pitched voice and there's guitars.
But it's like I look at it this way. Rush is like the science fiction, and Sticks is the fantasy.
Sticks
and
to
they
me,
go together like peanut butter and chocolate.
And let me say this too. Like, I only know the hits of Sticks.
Sticks hits?
Sticks hits. And there is
that's what I call Sticks. Volume 5.
There's a huge to me, Sticks is just like lowest common denominator.
Yeah, I feel,
basic.
Yeah, Sticks is just watered down Rush.
Rush does crazy shit.
Rush is a much more complex and complicated musicianship.
Rush is the real deal.
I'm gonna Google
And
it.
Sticks does have a couple of
Are
poppy
you
songs.
gonna Google how many
Rush would never
blowjobs
do.
Rush got per
I'm
show?
gonna say, are there Rush groupies?
So who is Steven Spielberg and who is Michael Crichton in this comparison?
We've totally stopped talking about anything like that. No, we should get back to Twister. It's a terrible game. It's dangerous, and it's dirty.
I would like to play Twister during a tornado. That'd be fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Up the ante a lot.
Up the ante.
Up the ante.
You go in the suck zone. So Philip Seymour Hoffman's Dick and Balls came out in the press screening version of this. I sent you guys a text about that.
Yeah.
At what point? I don't see a point in this movie where it would have fit in his dick. Where would his
suck zone?
Where would his dick have
He was
popped out
sitting in
at?
a lawn chair, and apparently he throws his legs up in the air, and all of his business comes out, and they didn't catch it till it went out on screeners for critics.
So was he wearing really short shorts or just no underwear?
I guess no underwear. I don't know. You know, I watched Capote recently, and I kept thinking about, I kind of wish
His dick and balls fell out while he was writing In Cold Blood in that movie.
that one of these characters, the personality of one, went in the other movie would have been great for me.
If he was like, it's the suck zone.
Yeah.
Hey.
I've been spending a lot of time talking to the Twister, and I'm starting to feel like maybe it deserves some compassion and understanding. This is my story. It's got to be a book instead of a series of articles. It's going to be a book called In Cold Twister. But or the reverse would be good. The dude bro, metalhead hippie.
Just
as Truman Capote.
his
would be
character
good.
from Twister, but in Truman Capote's life.
That would be good.
Yeah.
I'd
Dressed
love to
exactly the same way.
And him and Harper Lee hanging out.
Just hanging out. He's demanding food all the time.
Food, Harper, food. Then I'll read about Boo, Radley, Scout.
I just thought that was a very rude scene too. You can't just say food and then demand food.
You know what? Though they work hard.
Yeah,
They work hard, they
for
play
her.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah, really. She's the leader.
Did you
and-
enjoy her distracted look on her face the whole movie? Just that squinting.
Helen Hunt's always squinting.
What are you even talking about? There's tornadoes. Like, I feel like she didn't hear a word that anyone said the whole movie.
She was thinking about Dorothy.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Never. And I guess that's the point. But
She's obsessed.
I didn't bother me. I just thought it was funny. She always had this look on her
driven.
face. And listeners, you can't see this, but it's accurate.
that's just how she looks, isn't it?
I think so. That is how she usually looks.
Do you feel like that was supposed to be like a Quint thing? That her character was supposed to be like the Quint surviving the USS Indianapolis, where she tells a story about.
Well, now that you say that, I do.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I didn't think about it, but yeah.
I think that's
that makes sense.
The Spielberg touch is
No,
like,
yeah.
She's like, my dad was coming down the chimney with Christmas presents. And, oh no, that's Gremlins. And then, or she's like, your
She's
mom's
like, my mom
still
got shot
alive,
by a
Billy."
hunter.
Yeah,
What color eyes does the tornado have?
green,
Nice.
like a doll's eyes, like a Chinese American doll's eyes. That's a combo of Big Trouble in Little China, Jaws, and
Twister.
Twister.
Yeah. So anyway, it's not a very good movie, but it is fun.
It is a fun movie. It's a very bland kind of fun.
Here's the problem. It was 2 hours long.
It's very bland.
And
Agreed.
There's not enough tornado in it for a movie called Twister.
You know what it is? It's like a chicken finger. You know, it's reliable. You're probably not. This is what coworker said this. I know I'm not going to get sick eating chicken fingers.
I almost got sick
Although-
eating chicken fingers once.
I was about to say, I was
So
going to
did I.
argue with her about that. Yeah, you can get sick eating.
Yeah,
anything.
I got chicken fingers at Arby's one time, and
But-
I got food poisoning.
I got chicken fingers at Kroger's once.
You get chicken fingered?
I got chicken fingered at Kroger's once.
Yeah.
Kroger's.
And I got home and I bit into one and they were raw.
Oh.
And then you said, I didn't order mayonnaise. You remember that urban legend?
Mm-mm.
The chicken tumor?
No.
Oh, you never heard this?
I don't want to hear it.
It's
Yeah,
gr-
it
well, you've
was-
basically
We
heard
haven't
it.
eaten dinner yet. I
It
don't
was
wanna
at the Burger King that used to be across the street from Kroger's.
It's every.
Yeah.
It depends on what town you're in.
And
Where it
that's the
happened.
one I heard it from.
Yeah,
hear it. Ugh.
Some guy
That was
goes
a
up-
dirty ass
Yeah.
Burger King.
yeah.
Because they had chicken. They have tumors in their chicken. That's of course.
Well, it's they ordered the chicken sandwich. They bite into it and they take it back up. And they go, "I didn't order mayonnaise."
Because you do that at
Yeah.
Burger King.
And
Yeah,
they're
'cause they-
You're like,
they
hey,
say
I didn't want
you
salt and pepper.
you
on
get
my
it you get it
sandwich.
your way though. It's
my
right there.
hamburger sandwich.
Sign.
And they just leave tumors on chicken that they buy.
Yeah. Well, and the apparently tumors are full of mayonnaise too.
Yes.
So when you bite into them,
You know,
do you know how
Tastes just like
convenient that
mayonnaise.
is?
That
You should
leg-
stop complaining.
that leg tumor.
well,
or whatever-
didn't
whatever
the
it
guy at Kroger try to argue with you when you brought the raw chicken fingers?
He was
back?
just like, what? He was like, what do you want me to do? But he was like,
Were you like cook them?
he's like, you want your money back? I was like, yeah, but also like these are raw. And he was like, mm-hmm. And he just
He's
took
like,
them.
look, I make minimum wage. What do you want me to do? I'm not a doctor.
Like when you say raw, was it pink?
Yes, no, it was raw. Like it was like they breaded it and they dropped it in the fryer like for 30 seconds. Got the stuff on the outside like crispy, and then took them back out. I can't imagine how this happened.
Because a teenager did it.
And
yeah. That's-
yeah, it was
that's true.
completely
I
raw.
wonder how many.
They all
like,
were. I tore the.
You worked in
fucking-
food, right?
I worked at Taco Bell for a
How
minute.
many orders that you put together went out?
I
that
almost
were-
never put orders together. They didn't leave me on the line because I
Remember
never.
What did you
He
do
said-
at Taco
I
Bell?
Do you feel like what's in your imagination if you had to reconstruct what happened when somebody got home and they opened the bag and it's something you made and they're like, what happened to this?
Well, I have a great answer for that. In that they didn't let me work the line
You're like, I wouldn't even allow to touch it.
I love this story.
because I didn't memorize how to
No.
make any of the tacos.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell how you got pulled off the
drive-thru?
I love that story.
Yeah, I think I just told that on the show like
Kelly,
2
you have
weeks
the
ago.
best Taco Bell stories.
And then- and
how
then-
long were you there?
3 months, and then I sabotaged them the day they fired me.
Yeah, but you had like a lifetime of stories come out of your 3-month stint at Taco Bell.
Now, Kelly, how many roach eggs are in Taco Bell meat?
It's all roach eggs.
That's what it is.
That's what they call it. They call it inner city caviar.
I mean, sometimes they sometimes you have to squash up real roaches,
Yeah.
like full grown ones.
Anybody else have roaches when they were a kid?
Just want to make sure the story is that the lady ate the Taco Bell meat and
Yeah.
the eggs embedded themselves in the cheek. Is that
Oh,
how
this is a story too.
is that how you heard it?
There's a bunch of
never
them.
heard
Then there's it's kind of like the take on that scary story to tell in the
Yeah.
dark with the spider eggs and the sinuses.
I always heard that the roach eggs hatched in her cheek.
It sounds classy when you say roach eggs.
Roach eggs.
Roche eggs.
Ferrero Rocher eggs.
Yes, I'll take a tin of roach eggs. That's 1 can of roach eggs coming up.
It just in case anyone was curious, there are people online on the rushforum.com arguing about whether or not Rush had groupies.
But there are no groupies on there talking, like
No.
confirming. That
Now
it's-
here's the
Absolutely
thing.
not.
There is listen, this is going to go towards your point, my love, but there is either a documentary where there's like some other band or Rush is talking about another band they toured with, whether it was Kiss or somebody
Yeah.
who was like, we were banging groupies and doing drugs all night and they were in their room drinking wine.
Well, and that seems to be the consensus of most of these people. I mean, a lot of people are arguing over the term groupie or whatever, but most of these people say, yeah, they didn't want that anyway.
I'm just saying somebody
So-
somebody sucked those dicks at some point during their touring career.
That's kind of
It
adorable.
happened.
You don't know that for a fact.
There's just no fucking way. Thousands of shows from 74 to like 2014. It's too many.
Statistically, you are probably right. It's more realistic than Twister. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is. Even reality.
What did you say? You said that Twister was what'd you say, offensive to meteorologists or
Oh, did you know?
No, I said it was there was when
an
all those
embarrassment?
well, not
Yes.
the movie. I meant an embarrassment in that there were so many.
So many of them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
there were so many meteorologists. Just
Like an embarrassment of riches.
They're just scrambling around.
Did you notice
Yes.
though when they called Bill Paxton a meteorologist, he's like, "Hey,
No, I don't.
He took offense to that. They're
Are you
like,
sure? You mean when they called him a weatherman?
Sorry,
Yeah.
weatherman's what I meant to say.
Yeah, they were all meteorologists.
Yeah, that was
and
weird,
they called
wasn't it?
him a weatherman.
Weathermans are pussies.
Yeah, well,
is what they were insinuating.
They really played that up.
Well,
for
a
a minute,
sellout. They
too.
made him sound like a sellout. Like, we're out here chasing storms, and you're in there
reporting storms.
Yeah.
drawing on a glass wall with a marker.
Didn't this make you want to see, like, Steve Carell's Anchorman character in a Twister movie?
It makes
Like a sequel?
It makes me want to see every character from every movie in a Twister movie.
Yeah. Did you know the same year this came out, there was like a made-for-TV ripoff?
Night of the Twisters?
Yes.
That's not actually a ripoff. That was a book. I had that book when I was a kid.
It was an adaptation.
It wasn't. It was an adaptation.
It was a reboot. Reimagining.
But I actually did. I had that book when I was a kid, and when Twister came out, I was like, even though I liked it, I was like, the book Night of the Twisters is way more.
Is that like a family?
Mm-hmm. And there's like 3.
It's like Night of the Living Dead, but with twisters outside.
Basically, it's like there's three tornadoes that hit in a row, and this family has to kind of survive them.
I like it.
Yeah, it was good.
The
book was good.
Was Luke Perry in the movie or something?
I never saw the movie, and the book. I mean, I think it was a kid's book. I mean, it was very thin. It was probably
just like Twister,
120 pages, maybe.
Twister was pretty thin.
Yes, exactly.
There was no
just like Helen Hunt's T-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember she was like a huge sex symbol?
We talked about.
We were talking about this because I was saying how she just does nothing for me whatsoever. And.
Which I agree
but
with.
what about when her khakis got wet and were clinging?
Well, and I just couldn't buy her as this like tomboy character at all. Like this, I'm climbing out of a truck and picking stuff up, and I'm so tough. I was just like, no, you're not. You live in an apartment in Manhattan with Paul Reiser.
Yeah, that's right. I kind of she'll always be like either Mad About You or As Good as It Gets.
Mad About You, baby.
I've never seen As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, that's a really good movie.
It is a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I mean, like if you're into old men with OCD,
I'm not. So
you want to know one of the reasons I love that movie?
Why?
Has nothing to do with the movie itself, but I went to stay with a friend in Detroit, and he had a setup where he had his VCR and he had a satellite service. And the way his shit was wired, I went to turn on As Good as It Gets and watch it, but this porno movie that was in his VCR started. But,
you're like, this is As Good as It Gets.
Yeah, it was the movie was called
As Hard as It Gets.
I think it was By the Slice. It was like a pizza place. But anyways, the sound from
was it like B?
No, it was Nice, Naughty and Bad. That was the name of it.
Nice.
By the Slice is something else. But Nice, Naughty and Bad's video was playing, but the sound from As Good as It Gets was playing.
But it was the soundtrack from About Schmidt.
You had the most confused boner.
Oh, it was so great. Because it's the scene in the movie, Jack Nicholson is trying to make friends with, I think it's Helen Hunt's dog or somebody's dog in the building. And it opens with this lady's butt's getting pounded in the porno movie. And the dialogue is Jack Nicholson going, it smells like shit in here. And then the dog is like playing with him. You hear the dog pant and everything, and he's the secret is I keep bacon in my pocket. And we laughed so hard, all of us couldn't breathe. So that was my first experience with As Good as It Gets, and I was like, I have to actually watch the whole movie now.
My mom loved As Good as It Gets. I watched that with her a million times.
She liked Nice, Naughty and Bad.
It was her favorite porno.
Yeah,
but the thing what's
nice.
funny,
You watch porno with your mom
all the time.
Butterfly kisses.
The one thing I liked best about As Good as It Gets was neither Jack Nicholson or Helen Hunt, but I loved Greg Kinnear in that movie.
Yeah. Remember what happened to Greg Kinnear? He's Greg Kafar now. We don't know where he is. Where are you thinking that?
Yes.
Oh,
Great
you guys
minds.
nailed it. Zawo. That was a joint Zawo.
No, I didn't say it. Freddie said it.
Yeah, but
She
you high-fived him
thought it.
I
first.
thought it in my head.
And then I said, I'm like a puppet. I'm like that puppet in Dead Silence. I'm empty behind my chair. It's nothing. There's just no guts. It's just an open back.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's monstrous.
Is that the secret of Dead Silence?
Oh, have you not seen it?
No.
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Did it ruin it for you?
It's years. It's old. I can't get mad at
Yeah.
like I
You're
can't.
like,
it's a fun ass movie. You need to watch it.
Was the next step on your queue?
That's
on
another
Netflix?
one I used to hate. Well, now I like it.
I was gonna watch it soonish because we had just talked about it, but
you'll
I don't
still
care.
like it.
Yeah,
You'll still
no,
like it. But By the Slice was another porno movie about a pizza place, but I just remember there's like it was real lazy because it was just people doing it, and then all of a sudden a hand would come in off screen with a slice of pizza and just slap it cheese side down on the person's butt.
I think that sounds great.
It was by the slice.
Was it like spelled B-I, the slice?
I don't think
Was
so.
Like bisexual movie?
I don't think it was a bisexual movie.
No.
This was like the days of like
Am I thinking
VHS.
about it too hard? I'm giving
Yeah, you're giving too much meaning
Yeah.
to it, Andy.
Am I giving
This is
porn
before
too much credit?
This is before the internet made porn a little more creative. This was like every porno back then. I feel like had a plumber, a pizza boy, or a girls' school in it.
Yeah, I also think this is before the word bisexual was bandied about so casually.
If you wanted those movies, you had to go deep into the adult video store.
Yeah.
So what they do with the
Deep.
pizza after they slap down the ass?
I don't think anybody ate it.
They washed it
It
off.
probably got thrown in the garbage, or they gave it to the sound guy. The sound guys.
He's
would
like, I
always-
like that
they'll eat
butt
anything.
pizza.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, what kind of pizza is it?
Butteroni.
If it's Sbarro, I would go
Oh,
right
yeah.
up in that ass.
Yeah, I love it. Man, I could kill for some Sbarro.
If it's Sbarro or Donato's, I would eat.
Donato's is good.
Yeah.
Except it
Often.
couldn't have been hot because like
Ooh,
that would hurt
yeah, that
someone.
wouldn't-
Yeah, it was probably room temp. You know, and if you take Sbarro, this is a fun fact, and you put it in someone's ass, it comes out as Little Caesars.
You get two of them?
And you get two of them.
That was a burn.
Oh, that was a burn. That shit
It
gives
does
me
burn.
diarrhea.
Yeah, it does burn.
Marco's and Little Caesars, I can't eat either one of them. My
No, I
body
like
won't-
Marco's.
Can't
It's
cope.
good pizza. Little Caesars is like I don't understand.
so bad.
Like if you have to eat there because that's all you can afford, you can't afford pizza.
It used to be good.
Don't eat pizza.
Did you pizza?
I do remember
Back
pizza.
then it was
did used to
good.
be good. I don't know what happened.
Godfathers.
Godfather's good
That was
pizza.
the shit.
It's still around somewhere.
Do I want pizza now, or am I putting pizza on a pedestal?
Do you ever not want
You're putting the pizza on a pedestal.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like pizza's so heavy. I had vegetable soup for dinner
Mm.
and then ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
but the vegetable soup
Sounds good.
cancels out the ice cream.
Sure it does.
Anything else? I think we've gone mad.
it's a Thursday night show.
We've recorded
It is Thursday,
3
right?
podcasts tonight,
We've
essentially.
been here for 3 hours, guys.
Yeah.
Marathon.
What do you think? Do you feel like I trapped you here in the studio tonight,
No,
or
it's
did you have
been
fun?
I like
Help me.
I like going on this Helen hunt.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
I like that Bill Paxton's name in the movie is Bill.
Yes, yes. That was
I think all characters should just be named their name.
It makes things easier. Like Tony Danza, everything he was ever in, he was Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they changed the last
Hey-oh.
name, but he was always Tony.
Angela.
Yeah.
Mona.
Oh, she just died too.
Yeah, Catherine Hellman.
Yeah.
Oh,
R.I.P.
really?
Yeah, from Soap.
Huge boobs.
Time Bandits. She had a very small part in Time Bandits, but that's always what I
Soap?
think of. Soap was great.
Many things. She was in a million things. She
Yeah.
was in that show.
She was in
with-
Brazil.
She was in that show with Elvira that happened for a second. Elvira was going to have a
Was it a
sitcom.
sitcom?
Yeah. I don't know if it ever even got. I think there's a
I don't-
pilot.
Really?
Yeah. YouTube that shit. It's bananas.
Look that up.
It's exactly what you'd think it would be. They're witches.
Oh, I thought it was like Roseanne.
It is, but with witches.
Yeah,
That's
but it is
so
like
odd.
Roseanne.
It's actually more like Who's the Boss with Witches.
Who's the witch?
Did she play a sexy witch too?
Mm-hmm.
Everything she plays is sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So next week
Mm-hmm.
we'll bring you The Devil's Reign,
The Devil's
starring
Reign.
Ernest Borgnine,
It's jizz.
William Shatner.
It's going to be a big time.
It's gonna be fun. I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid,
I've never seen it,
and
but I love an old movie.
for some reason I thought it was made for TV, but I think it actually was a real legit movie. In hindsight, I don't know. We'll find out together. All I remember is Ernest Borgnine being extremely crazy looking in it, with big eyes and like fire behind him. Actually, there's a picture of it. Crazy Ernest Borgnine.
Do you remember that time Ernest Borgnine
that
was
was
on
fun.
What's Up With That on Saturday Night Live?
What's up with that?
And it was just so weird.
Was it really him?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that.
And all he did was stand there with his like mouth open because of course he's a million years old. If he's even
Well,
he's not
dead
alive
now.
anymore.
He died in 2012.
But God, that skit's been going on since.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
a good one.
Holy shit! That's 7 years.
Yeah. But this is the guy who directed, I think, Dr. Fives Rises Again, or one of those, who did Devil's Reign. So it should be fun. The Abominable Dr. Fives and Dr. Fives Rises Again. He directed both of those. So we're in for a treat, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
We are in.
And then Dave Siebert, please send me your pick, and I'd love to catch up. And I love ketchup. Send me your pics. Send me pics. Now it's time to thank our Beelzebubs. Mandi Arthur.
Hey.
Jimmy B.
Oh.
Brandon Boone. I'm going to see Shazam with you.
It's an F5.
But you guys will be in Indy.
Press F5.
Cassie and Jeremy.
Hey.
The Berms.
Yeah.
Check their Not-sploitation out. It's great stuff.
We'll be seeing them this weekend.
Yeah, I wish I could come, but Amy forbade me from leaving the dogs for more than a few hours.
We are actually not going. I went to the foot doctor yesterday, and so if I want this healed by Hocking Hills.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like, I went to the foot doctor, and guess what he told me?
Guess what he told me?
Nothing compares to shoes. Bill Fahrner. Love you, man. I'm sorry. I miss playing Trivia Crack, but some of my life has gotten out of control. I don't have time for it right now. But Bill, I always had fun playing Trivia Crack with everybody.
Yes.
Hopefully I can get back into that. Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to do it.
No, I don't like it.
Kelly hates that.
Yeah, that's Kelly's bad.
So, yeah.
I was going to say it, but since Kelly hates it.
Yeah. Amanda.
Oh, hi, Amanda.
Elise, oh my God, you're in the room.
Oh my goodness.
If you acknowledged your own Beelzebubness, what would happen? Don't do it. What if it takes a picture of a black hole?
Oh shit.
Or what if you have to suck Rush's dicks?
Oh, all of them?
Yeah. You can't just suck one.
What if?
Jeff Lancaster. Tree and Alex.
Hey.
Ernie Perez.
Yo.
Mark Watts.
What?
Down in Tejas. South of the border. I don't know. It's not really. It's north of the border. It depends on what border you're referring to. I mean, technically, you could say North
it's
Dakota.
South of the
south
Wisconsin
of the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you, guys. This all wouldn't be possible without you. And thanks to all the other members of the Legion of Demons.
Yeah. And thanks to all our listeners.
Yeah, we love you guys. Spread the word, iTunes reviews, all that stuff. Oh, Apple Podcasts, sorry.
Apple pie.
And watch out. Is it tornado season right now?
Yeah.
So
technically, a tornado can occur at any time, anywhere.
It's sort of, I feel like
good
it's
point.
tornado season often.
Wabbit season.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful out there, guys.
Yeah.
Tornadoes.
All right.
What were you going to say, sweetie?
Scary tornadoes.
I was going to say thank you for having me on the show.
It was so much fun.
I love it.
I'm sorry I didn't like Twister.
Why?
You know what? We didn't make it. And
I don't have any feelings about Twister. You could have hated Twister. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I just had fun because it made me laugh.
Tornado seasons March through June.
Yeah. Never apologize for not liking Twister. That's a weird thing. That's like weird hill to die on.
Yeah.
Look, I hate Twister. I don't care who knows about it.
Taking a stand against this Michael Crichton bullshit. Rest in peace. I forgot I was going to make a joke about when Philip Seymour Hoffman's genitals came out.
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, that's really Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh.
Because you saw more of him.
You did.
That's a good one.
But my brain...
Just those critics, though, not us.
Yeah. Just those critics. All right. Good evening.
Good night.